Well, over the last couple of days, from the last couple of videos about getting rolling with vests, there has been a really strong outpouring. Lots of positive comments, lots of volunteers, hundreds of emails that I've received, which has totally overwhelmed me. Thank you. I've read them all, and I apologize, but I can't respond to them all. So let me go through a couple of issues that have to do with some of the people's comments. There was somebody said, you know, you're an idiot. You made the wrong decision. It's not neon vest. It's something else. It can't be neon vest. Well, if you look at the comments, you'll see that there are people that say we must use yellow vest. That's the national symbol. It's obvious. It's apparent. We should go with the French, the English, the Danes, and the rest of this are starting to roll on it. I see Australians, New Zealanders, South Africans, they're already working on it. But I also have people that say, no, it has to be red, white, and blue, or no, it has to be red, or no, it has to be orange, or we should pick a different color, or it can't be orange because that totals up to 33 gematria, or whatever it is. So the point of the matter is about the color of the vest is the same as the symbols, is the same as the issues. Folks, if we don't unite, if we don't stay together, if we don't all work on this as one, we're going to end up splintered and defected and deflected before we ever even get started. So let's embrace. The reason I picked the neon vests are two. Number one, calling it yellow vest was only a $22,000 setup for me to buy that domain. I'm not doing that, I'm sorry. So, but secondly, as I looked at it, there were people looking for different colors and looking for safety vests which are neon. So I picked neon vests, by default. That allows people to be purple or pink or orange or green or yellow or blue or red, white, and blue or whatever they choose to do. And we're still moving. Secondly, it's not all about one color or one political party. It's not all about one religion. It's not all about being Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or Jewish. It's about all of us. It's first and foremost, the only way we preserve our diversity, the only way that we allow for discourse, the only way that we can, as a republic, solve our differences and problems is to stay united through the process of having a government, having a country to start with. If we don't have a country, we won't get to talk about these other things. Not any of them. The issues will be over. We'll be told what to do. Read 1984. Look at the Chinese. Look at others. They're taking them down. They're taking away their freedom to converse and to vote. And look at what's going on Twitter and Google and Facebook and the rest of these guys. They're trying to shut us down. They're trying to stop us from talking, and they're very successful at it. And who in Congress is trying to take that away from them? Who in Congress says you're violating the Constitution, you're a public utility for all practical matters, you have to be regulated, and B, we'll split you up in antitrust if you don't validate and honor it. It's not about hate. We have the right to say what we want to say. And even if it's hateful, the answer is to have other people not be hateful, but be inclusive and to close the differences. If we have differences and issues, the answer is not to shut some people off, but to respond to those issues as our founding fathers wanted us to do, and to say, no, this issue cannot prevail because here's the reason. And reasoned people look at the issue and make a solid decision. So forget the colors, forget the symbols, forget the political parties, forget the affiliations, forget the spiritual, the religious, the ethnic, the background, the skin color, the eye color. Forget it all, folks. We have to be Americans until we get this done. You want to fight? Save the battle for later, not now. It is critically important. Ronald Reagan said at a United Nations speech, wouldn't it be interesting if all of our fighting and bickering came to a place where we were being challenged or threatened by a foreign power, by a non-earthly entity, how quickly would we join together and forget our petty differences? Well, I'm going to say to you the same thing. We must forget our petty differences, no matter how important you think they are. You're not going to be able to bring them up if we don't save the country. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that while I've received hundreds of responses, I have no way of adequately reading, digesting, and then disseminating this out to various people. So I came up with a simple solution. It may not be perfect, but it'll get us rolling. So everybody belongs in a congressional district. Even DC has a identifier. So if you're in Southern California and you're in California 51, that's a federal congressional district, and its designation is CA 51. If you're in Montana, it's MT, and you can put 01, or you can put all, because it doesn't make any difference. And that's true for North Dakota and Wyoming and Alaska and Hawaii, etc. Where there are places like Houston, where there may be 6 congressional districts in a little area, you can put down Texas, TX 01, TX 14, whatever it is that it is. And if you can include the others that are adjacent to you, that would be good. Put your own first and then put those adjacent ones. Now, let me ask you this, because many of you are volunteering for this, and again, it's too complicated for me to do. What I ask you to do that want to coordinate and consolidate, to set up your own email address. So if you're going to do California 37, do Neon Vests CA37 at Gmail or Hotmail or whatever it is that you use. They can get access to all of them. You can hide all you want. Or you can put it in Proton Mail if you think you can protect yourself. Put the district down. I'll send everybody that says I'm in California District 37 or Ohio District 4 or whatever it is. I'll send them to that consolidated email address, and you guys can start interrelating, getting organized, setting up ham radio, setting up survival stuff, getting coordinated with the police and sheriff and fire departments, if that's helpful. To the National Guard folks, to the survivalists. You can do all kinds of coordinated things that will help you out in that district. And when your congressional representative shows up, you can take them to task. If there's a town that has a town meeting that has an issue of national importance, you can take that up. And you don't need to talk to the rest of us to do that. And as we gather steam, more and more people will join. And if somebody has a great idea in Oklahoma, we'll move it elsewhere. So it's kind of a blockchain. I know it's not a perfect blockchain. It's kind of a blockchain idea to disseminate all of this and to not centralize it, so that if they take somebody down, if I have a secretarial person that's doing all the coordinating and they take that down, we lost everything. If there are 435 of us and they take one down, we just reorganize and work around it, and we reestablish that one district. If there are different issues in different districts, we still cover it and we care for it right there. Now, as it relates to your privacy and the rest of that, I have people send me stuff. And some people say I'm Wally, and they're not Wally, but that doesn't matter. Or on the alternative, they give me their mailing address, their street address, their phone number, and the rest of that. I'm going to caution you to be a little careful. We may be infiltrated. So let's get email addresses that connect. If you are at all concerned about it, set up a new email address. Set up your Neon Vests email address and interact with your central organizer in that area, in that district, and work from there. And you can disclose then whatever information you want to as you gain trust about the people that are there. So all we need to do is be able to disseminate information, to work on ideas, to show up at certain places, and to protest, to be present, to countervail what's going on, and to make ourselves present. Now, some people said, well, let's get a national day. You know, I'm all for that. Get some organizing going. Tell me that you've got 50 places that have dozens of people in it. We'll pick a day. You know, somebody suggested February 17th, which is really quick, but that's a possibility. Pick a place you want to meet, set it up, and go from there. And if you have meeting places and you will ship those to me, I will give notice to them on the website or on my channel and let people know, you know, the Cleveland area is doing da-da-da. I don't mean to be picking on the Cleveland folks, by the way. It's just a really good way to start. So let's stay organized. Let's stay united. Let's be kind to each other. Let's be open and expressive in what we're doing. And let's recognize there's only one thing that we must do, and that's take down the deep state, because if we don't do that, our voice will be silenced. We will be silenced, and that will be the end of it. So let's go ahead. Thank you so much for all your support and for your follow along. It's been great, and let's keep it going. I'm looking forward to seeing tens of thousands of people in various districts starting to take this bull by the horn and choke out the deep state. Thank you so much for watching. Remember now, send me an email to neonvests@outlook.com and put in the heading where you are, and add if you're going to be a coordinator, if you're willing to be a coordinator, and I will start shipping stuff to you. Give me an email address that you feel comfortable sharing with everybody else, because once you do, everyone else is going to start sending stuff to you. Thanks so much for watching. If you have suggestions, share them. I'm on the run. That's the way it works. Thanks so much.